Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blinded by the Flights, which is my celebration of Bourbon Heritage Month here on Bourbon Bytes. I know I missed y'all last week. I was in Las Vegas for our little bit of a whiskey tube Aussie meetup. I know a lot of you guys were there. It was a ton of fun. I will probably end up talking about that throughout the night tonight. But I'm so glad to see so many familiar and new faces here. If you don't know, my name is Clifton, or Cliffy is the drunk name. But so good to see y'all. And we'll give a couple shout outs before we get into our flight today that I'm very excited to start out with. First of all, I see there's some people already interested in getting these samples. If you can see, I pinned a message right over there that shows you how to enter the Wheel of Whiskey, which, if you've been around, that is my way to give away samples of the whiskeys I'll be trying tonight. So you will get 4 different 1 ounce samples of these, so you can do your own blind flight. I'll blind them for you. I'll give you a key and all that stuff, all the goodies in the box. So we have a couple people already interested in it. Stanley Wagner Jr., who I happened to meet this past weekend. The Mash Bill is his YouTube channel. He says, "Gotta take a chance. Tried A122 and B522 in Vegas. Now I need to complete it." Yes, absolutely, Stanley. You are in to the Wheel of Whiskey. Of course, Zopher's already kicking in. $10 super chat. Cheers to you, my friend. Good to see you here tonight. I know it's been a minute. Brandon's, of course, thanking everyone. Brandon, one of our amazing mods here and friend of the show. Good to have you, Brandon. James Chang, I think it might be your first time here. I know we were just chatting over on Adriana's stream. I saw you message on Instagram. I promised to check that. If I don't get to it tonight, I'll get to it in the morning. Usually, after these streams, my after party, which is for my patrons, gets a little crazy. So sometimes I forget things. So I will definitely at least get back to you by the morning. So appreciate that, man. And thanks for tuning in. Definitely, hopefully, you enjoy the show. Oh, that's me. I'm like, hello, that's me. Zopher's here. Donnie is here. He said, mash that thumbs up button, subscribe, ring that bell, and don't forget to choose all the notifications so you don't miss anything. Especially this month, guys. Like I said, for 4 weeks in a row, I'm doing blind flights and I'm giving away samples of all the whiskeys I drink during the flight. So if you want to get in on that, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell because you can only enter during the stream. So just an FYI, I'm not going to do. I did have a couple early entries this time. Early entries are fine. Late entries don't count. So, but I do appreciate the donations. Of course, super chats are just here to help out the channel, help me get some whiskeys to review, and grow the channel in lots of different ways. So I appreciate all super chats. Aside from the Wheel of Whiskey, I know y'all like the Wheel of Whiskey, but I do appreciate the donations as well. Hanging AZ says, Larceny. I know. I am really excited. So some of these I've had. The latest batch I have not even tried. So I didn't want to spoil it. I just got it earlier this week. I didn't want to taste it and have a very familiar taste with that one. I wanted to go into it blind. So I have not had any of these at least for several months. So it's going to be completely blind. Emily's in the chat. Do all the YouTube things. Thank you so much, Emily. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Storytime Distillery is here. Shane was just over on Perry's live stream. If y'all missed that, go check out his replay. This is my Bourbon Podcast. Got to hang with Shane this weekend. Man, so many great people there. Actually, Stanley actually gave me one of your picks of Jepson. It's not the one you were talking about with Perry, but I had another pick of Jepson that he gave me. Have not opened it yet, but I'm very, very excited to try that one. Alexander's in the house. Good to see you, Alexander. Hope you're doing well. Cohen says, revved up like Deuce, another runner in the night. Oh, you're referencing the other. Yeah, there's multiple songs that are kind of what I'm referencing with the title. I went with The Weekend. I feel like it's more relevant to my channel, but I get all y'all. Donnie says, all my money will go to Apple this month. Sorry, Clifton. Yeah, we watched the Apple event yesterday. I'm okay not upgrading, mainly because I have an iPhone 13 mini and I love the small form factor, especially when I with one arm, it's kind of hard to have a larger phone. So I love my mini. I actually kind of looks kind of cool with green screen, but yeah, I love my mini. So until they make a 14 mini or a 15 mini, I'm going to hold out at least for a while. Emily says, wait, I missed Adriana's birthday stream. Wow, thanks for notifications. Yeah, she went live at an odd time this week. It was a bit early for her, but it was so good to see her do that stream and see her in person too. She was so awesome to meet her and Nick and the whole squad out there. So much fun in Vegas. If y'all don't know, there's going to be normally like a Vegas meetup around this time every year, Labor Day weekend, as far as I'm aware. So start planning now for next year. I'll plan to be there. I live so close to Vegas. It's so easy. Alexander is in for the giveaway. Cheers to you, Alexander. Thank you so much. I'll choose you with. I was actually doing a little bit of pre gaming with another weeded bourbon I had. I was like, I didn't want to like blow my palate, but I at least wanted to set my palate. So I went with actually I can show you the bottle. Wanted like I said, I want to get the weeded profile. Oh, I can't actually because it's green. This is Weller's Special Reserve. I didn't plan on this being a green bottle. I was like, I want to have a low proof weeded to start out the night. So I'm just sipping on that a little bit while I get started. But we will be drinking all Larceny tonight that I'm very excited for. Oh, people already placing bets. Cohen says, I'm betting on C batch, just like the C922 will be the best of the three ECBPs. Well, Cohen, good question about ECBP. We will find out next week because it's my lighting is not set up for showing you these. I have the latest batch C922 right here. Let me fix that. I want y'all to be able to see that. My lighting's gonna be a little wonky for a minute, so I apologize. Fix that right here. Good enough. Let me know if that looks good. But should be able to see it now. Of course not. Ah, it's the green screen, y'all. Hold on. One last attempt, and then I'm moving on. I think I might can just maybe. Aha! Fixed it. So I just got this in the mail today. This is the latest batch C922 of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. So if you want to see this blind flight, make sure to subscribe because this is going to be next week. I'm very, very excited. I haven't even cracked the bottle yet. Very excited for that one. Yes. So Johnny says I have an iPhone 12 Pro Max and an Apple Watch Series 5, and I want to upgrade those. Also with iPads, AirPods Pro too. Yeah, Donnie. I think we're gonna have a Apple discussion on our after party tonight. Yeah. So tonight we are drinking Larceny Barrel Proof A122, Larceny Barrel Proof B522, and the brand new Larceny Barrel Proof C922. These are all provided to me by the distillery. Heaven Hill sends these out for review. Of course, honest feedback. But honestly, even better, I'm doing it blind. So I have no favorites yet. So we're about to see which one's my favorite. And as a wild card, I happen to have a sample left of the very first official Larceny Barrel Proof. This is the A120. Now, I know there was like a limited release that came out before that, but this is the official national release. The person that wins the sample giveaway is also getting a sample of this. So you'll have 4 Larceny Barrel Proofs to try this blind. So that actually killed this. There's just enough for 1 ounce. That's why I went with the 1 ounce samples for the giveaway because I literally killed this tonight. So did not have enough to go around. But thank you so much for the super chats. Kathy Joe coming in. Oh my God, so great to meet you and your husband. And well, I already met Michelle and Will, but so much fun hanging with you guys. Yeah, actually, my podcast that's coming out tomorrow, I told them a little bit about Thunder from Down Under. So if y'all want to hear a little sneak peek of what went down at Thunder from Down Under in Vegas, definitely check out tomorrow's podcast, which, by the way, you can find at any podcast platform. Put it out every Friday morning. Yeah, so I'm reviewing the new Barrel Armida in that podcast as well. Oops, not Armida, sorry. The new Barrel Vantage. Is it Vantage or Venture? I think it's Vantage. Barrel Vantage, the new limited, like to add to the Seagrass line and the Dovetail and Armida. I think it's Vantage. So check out tomorrow's podcast episode. But thank you, Kathy, for the super chat and as well as being my latest patron. Really do appreciate the support there. Speaking of patrons, y'all know the drill. Every week we do this Thursday night live stream. I do the after party hangout for everyone $10 and up on Patreon. So if y'all want to join us there and have a good time recapping the stream, just hanging out, obviously talking Apple, as Donnie is very, very passionate about the subject. Definitely check out patreon.com/bourbon bytes. For as little as $2 a month, you can support the show, but to get access to the after party, that's the $10 level. So appreciate all the support there. And thank you, Kathy Joe, again, for being the newest patron. Adam Freeze in the house. Good to see you, Adam. Hope to see you on the hangout later. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Kathy Joe. All right, so let me have one last sip of the Weller just to kind of set my palate. I think you're ready to get in this flight. What do y'all think? Any predictions? I know I've saw some predictions. Someone said C922. Someone else on Facebook said A122. So if y'all have any predictions for what you think is going to be my favorite, let me tell you a little bit about the proofs first. That would be helpful, right? Especially if you haven't tried these. So the A120, the one from the original Larceny Barrel Proof, that one, I had to do some research, is 123.2 proof. So that one is 123.2. The A batch of this year is 124.2. The B batch is 123.8. And the C batch is the highest, 126.6. So we will see. Is the proof always the most important telling factor in Larceny Barrel Proof, or will some of these other ones blow it away? As always, these are all 6 to 8 years old, typical for the Larceny Barrel Proof line. I believe non-chill filter. What's all the info we have on here? We got info. So, yeah. So there's the proofs right there. Small batch, 6 to 8 years old. Wheated bourbon mash bill of 68% corn, 20% wheat, and 12% malted barley. Now, MSRP on these are still $60 officially. I know they're hard to find for that price. I haven't been able to find them for that price, but that's still the SRP according to the press release. So, thank you again, Heaven Hill, for that. Um, what's up? Yeah, Nashville. He says, "Great to meet you, and you're a very quiet man." Yeah, yeah. He loosens up after a few pours. Hope you like the bottle. I'll be back to Patreon soon. No worries, Stanley. Thank you so much for the super chats. I got your earlier one too, so you're in twice for the giveaway. Cheers, man. I appreciate that. Tony Bag of Donuts is here. Hey, Cliffy, just warming up as well with Larceny 92. Before I get to the good stuff, I have 3 Larceny barrel proofs, but not those 3. Well, Tony, you got to drink along with me. Tell me what you drink and tell me which ones you like best. Would love to hear your thoughts. I actually wish I had the small batch to drink along. That's why I went with the Weller. It's the lowest proof wheated bourbon I have, so I feel like that's a good starting place. But yeah, even better you to have the Larceny. Steven says B522. Oh, that's his prediction. I gotcha. Adam says I got to put some voodoo on those opposing players. Ah, good to see so many great folks here today. So, one final sip of the Weller, and then we're diving into Larceny. But first, let's recognize the elephant in the room. We have to cheers to the lovely Queen of England and to her memory. I know she's more of a Scotch gal, apparently. I think famous grouse is her favorite whiskey, according to a couple news articles. So I will drink to her with some Scotch later. Right now, we're doing Weller. So cheers to her memory and to the royal family and everyone in the UK that or in whatever, everyone over the seas. Over the seas. Wow, I sound real American right now. Everyone affected by her loss, and God bless the Queen. Cheers. Sometimes Weller Special Reserve is like the perfect, just like sipping bourbon. Like if you're not want to think about it, it's a good proof, 90 proof, and man, it's got a lot of flavor too. So I need to do a Weller stream soon. I know Brandon and I have done it before, but I think I have enough like Weller Special Reserve. I have 107 foolproof store picks. So I might have to do another Weller stream soon. Let me know if y'all want to see that. All right. So thank yeah, see all y'all cheersing. Yes, cheers. Cohen says the proof is in the putty. I think I caught something from that putty. It still burns. Alexander, another super chat. Cheers. Yeah, cheers to you. Oh, oh. The super chat earlier didn't work because I didn't hear you sing Tiny Dancer. I saw the message, but you're right. I don't think it was a super chat. Oh well, you're in now. So thank you for that, Alexander. All right, let's drink some Larceny. So I'm gonna set the Weller aside. Oh, and Brandon has some new Weller picks too. Good to know. Good to know. All right, so y'all know when I do a blind flight, it's always difficult when we're dealing with A batch, B batch, C batch to go sample A, sample B, sample C. I also can't go sample 1, sample 2, sample 3 because when I'm doing the ranking, oh, 2 is my number 1, 3 is my number 4. It's too much. Drunk Cliffy can't handle. So, what I did, if y'all saw the thumbnail, it was Fortnite inspired. Now, am I a Fortnite player? No. Have I played it before? Yeah. Have I sucked really bad at it? Absolutely. So, I named these after the original characters from, I guess, season 1 of Fortnite. Don't ask me anything about them. I know nothing, but I went with their names because it's going to be easier to track. So when we do the reveal, I'm going to say it's going to be either Spitfire, Banshee, Jonesy, or Hawk. Again, don't ask me who they are. I know I'm dating myself right now, but Fortnite, I'm just not good at it. I've played it. I'm just not good. So we're going to start with Spitfire here. So I don't know what any of these are. I'm going to reveal them at the end, but we're going to taste through them all first. Then I'm going to rank them, and then we're going to get the results. By the way, I have challenge coins on all of these, so they're all going to be equally as aerated or non-aerated using my broken barrel challenge coin now. And you'll see a few familiar ones later on as we work our way through the flight. So let's start with Spitfire. All right, so these are all going up from 123.2 proof. So working our way up from there. Hmm. Interesting nose, especially coming off of that Weller. It's a graham cracker, but not necessarily like a honey graham, but just more of like the cinnamon sugar graham cracker. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, the proof is definitely this is a proofy bitch right here. The proof is coming off of this. Again, we're dealing with foolproof whiskey. So, whose tagline? One of the channels has like a T-shirt that says I'm a proofy bitch." I want that shirt. Yeah, it's like dry graham crackers, like cinnamon sugar. Yeah, it's a very desserty nose. Let's go ahead and try it. Cheers. Ooh. Oh man. Well, if the first one tastes that good, we got a long way to go because that is great. Well, I think the general consensus is that like the 2022 batches have all blown away the previous batches. I've had them since 2020. 2020, I think all kind of fell flat. 2021, there were some hitters, but I think I've heard good things about pretty much all of the 2022 releases yet. What about you guys? Have you heard mixed things? Or I know the C922 just came out, so I don't actually know what the opinion on that is yet. Stanley says, we may need to exchange 107 samples. Prescription Bourbon sent me Liquor Barn pick for your birthday. Yeah, man, I need to double check which ones I have, but I know at least I have one or two 107 samples. But yeah, definitely. Hit me up. You know where to find me. Tony Bagadona says, I was going to open Johnny Walker Blue tonight for my godfather. I've been waiting over a year for him to come, and he told me he can't drink anymore. So I'll have to open it for the Queen instead. Well, it's a very worthy cause. I think she actually, I was doing a little bit of research right before the stream. Like I said, the royal family are very much Scotch lovers. But I think they did something with Johnny Walker. Like I don't know if it was like a Johnny Walker experience or something that I read that the royal family has actually collaborated with them before. So sounds like a very worthy cause, Tony. And yes, definitely worth cracking the bottle. And sorry about your godfather, but hopefully you can enjoy the time with him in other ways. So, anyways, let's go ahead and I'm gonna go back to this. I was gonna move on, but normally it's y'all know the drill. It's hard to give too many notes on the first one when I don't have anything to compare it to. So I'll have another little sip of this one. I think on the nose, it just gets you that dry graham cracker note, but on the palate, it's much deeper. It does still have some of that graham cracker. It's almost a little more like what are those crackers? Triscuit crackers? I know it's a weird note, but those like dry, like whatever. Those crackers that look like a wicker chair or something. Those it's a little bit of that on the note or on the palate. A little salty too to go with that sweet. It's like salted caramel. Man, that is really good. I'm actually gonna get my I have like a flavor wheel that I was gonna reference, but I lost it because I brought it over when I did my podcast last, so I don't have it in front of me. So I'm going off of memory here. Yeah, that's a great start. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna actually leave the caps off as we go through and move on to Banshee. Uh, so this is the second sample tonight. Hmm, a lot sweeter on the nose. The first one was all graham cracker cinnamon. Let me go back to it just to see. Yeah, graham cracker cinnamon, a little bit of that Triscuit cracker again. But yeah, B on the nose is a lot sweeter, a lot more dessert. The- I really like the nose on Banshee. I gotta try it. Cheers. That one's hotter. Definitely drinks hotter. Um, the heat is the heat is strong with this one. Like I think that's the first thing I noticed is how hot this is. It's like the exact opposite of the first one. So Spitfire, these are like the wrong names. Spitfire was very like mellow on the palate, but like dry on the nose, and like sweet and mellow on the palate. Banshee was sweet on the nose and hot on the palate, and kind of I don't know, it kind of dissipates really quickly though. It's like hits you up front hot. It kind of has a decent finish, but mid palate is very confusing. I'm gonna have to come back to this one too. Um, just to see what the heck that is. By the way, if you're watching the replay, feel free to skip around. I'm gonna put chapter markers showing you what I'm drinking where. Of course, I can't do that live because I would reveal it to myself, but I'm actually curious to come back and see what I'm drinking as I watch the replay of this stream. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Steven says, yeah, the 2020 batches were very meh. I've heard all good things of the new Larceny batches. I've actually been thinking about grabbing one soon. Yeah, well, let's find out tonight which one you should grab. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing which one comes out on top tonight. Brandon says the bourbon bite or the mash bill bourbon bites, and I can sample swap with you. We have done a Weller foolproof stream before and would love to. Yeah, Brandon, I don't have a Weller foolproof bottle, so if you do, I'm definitely down. Alexander said, I heard she likes Royal Locknogger. Locknogger. I haven't heard of that one, but I like the name. Johnny Walker and Famous Grouse. And at some point, she got a barrel of Bomar. Wow. So for now, I raise a glass of Johnny Walker wine cask. Ah, cheers to that. That's awesome. Triscuits are salted wheat, so that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I almost said wheat thins, but wheat thins are the cereal, right? I'm like, it's not the sweeter one, it's the salty one. I get those confused all the time. It's humbling that as for as wealthy as she was, she likes Famous Grouse and John Oak. Absolutely. That's the thing. You like what you like. It's not about value. Yeah, you can sit down and drink Pappy Van Winkle all day, or you can drink Larceny Barrel Proof, right? Like, I mean, they're both wheated bourbons, let's be real. So that's awesome. Tony says B521 is super sweet. Maybe power of suggestion, but graham cracker, not a hot one. Well, yeah. Well, Tony, we're drinking different batches here, so don't feel too influenced by what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm glad you're getting some of those same notes there. Yeah. Off to a good start here. So we're about 23 minutes in. We're about halfway through the flight, but I got to go back through them. So I'm going to keep moving along. We're going to spend more time on them on the second round. By the way, thank you to all 18 of you watching live. I know Thursday nights have gotten so crowded with so many channels going live, but I appreciate you choosing to spend your time here with me. If you do want to come back, I'm right here every Thursday night. Make sure to subscribe and hit the thumbs up while you're done that. I forgot to say hit the thumbs up, but appreciate y'all supporting the channel that way, especially people that are watching the replay. That does help out a lot. So let's go and move on to Jonesy. So I'm so used to like talking about these when I'm going to the next sample. I'm like, so this one is this proof, but like I don't know. It's been a minute since I've done a blind flight. Let's give this one a nose. Oh yeah, we're back in good territory here on the nose. This one is still a little salty. It's interesting. I actually don't recall getting a salty note on these individually. I have done full reviews of A batch and B batch already. So if you want to check out my channel after the stream and watch those reviews, they're like less than 10 minutes each, I think. I've done a full review. I didn't watch those before this because I didn't want to be influenced by the suggestion of what notes I'm getting. So I actually don't know what I said about these. I hope I like them. I don't even remember. This one almost noses like an Elijah Craig barrel proof. That's spicy. Not like proof spicy, but there's some like notes that I would normally associate with like a rye spice, but maybe it's just the wood spice in there. This nose so far is, I think it's my favorite nose. Let's go ahead and try it. These are so interesting that the nose and the palate, every single one so far has been so opposite. This smelled strong and spicy and intense on the nose. On the palate, it definitely drinks low proof. This one drinks the lowest proof of them all. It's it's like a cola note. It's like a flat cola. Like the nose makes you think it's gonna be like an effervescent kind of like a freshly cracked Coca Cola. Palate is like a flat like cherry Coke. Still a good flavor. It's just a little flat compared to the nose. Ah, that's so odd. By the way, that one had a Women of Whiskeys challenge going on it, who I hung out with at in Vegas. Check out their Criminals and Cocktail stream. They do, I believe it's once a month. Love Michelle and Kathy Joe, and if you watch the replays, all the gin streams are great too. So great ladies over there. Uh, Emily says wheat thins are non-wicker crackers too. A little sweet. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of frosted mini wheats. You know what, Emily? You're so helpful. I see which ones are the wheat thins. I do mean the Triscuit crackers, though. I do recognize the wheat thins, but you know what? I used to call the Triscuit crackers wheat thins. I feel like Mandela effect. When I hear wheat thins, I think of Triscuit crackers. Is that just me? They're called Triscuit, right? I say Triscuit. Yeah, yeah, definitely Triscuit crackers. Well, I just hear wheat thins and I think of those. I don't know why. But then frosted mini wheats. are a completely different beast there. Again, I'm thinking Triscuit with the note. Thank you so much, Emily. You're so helpful just all around. By the way, y'all check out my live or my podcast I did with Emily a couple of weeks back. We had a really good time reviewing I believe it was Russell's Reserve and chatting about all things whiskey and the community and inclusivity. It was a great conversation. Emily's a great y'all know Emily. She's a great person. Steven says, I'm having the opposite proof wise. Having some 80 dusty turkey. Dang, Steven. You have to let me know in the hangout how that is. There's Tony coming back in on the alter ego account. It's a me, Tony Bag of Donuts, giving you another thumbs up. Everybody gotta smash the like a button. I'm really bad with accents. I'm sorry. You gotta get Jason in here to help with this one. Thank you so much, though, Tony. You're the best. And also, speaking of the best, Cheech is in the house. Cheech, what is up, man? It's like it's been a minute since we've talked, but good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I know I popped into your stream. Was that last week? But it was only for like I didn't have too much time. So, but it's good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you and Jen are doing well. Frosted mini weeks, yeah. I get confused. All right, let's move on to our final sample. Of course, we're going to taste back through these. We got another half hour. By the way, just a quick reminder to the pinned message over there. If you want to get samples of all 4 of these and you want to do them blind, have a little game night yourself, make sure to send a super chat, $5 and up. Every $5 gets you an entry. So if you want 2 entries, that's $10. You'll be entered to the Wheel of Whiskey, which is my way to give away amazing sample packs. There are quite a few entries already, but your odds are still pretty good, honestly. Like it's looking real good so far. So thank you for everyone who's entered. But come on, let's see who else wants to get in on those samples. I'll give those away about 7:55. So you got about 25 more minutes. I will. Okay, I'm going to hold my judgment on this one until I come back to it. Let's go to the final one, and then we're going to taste through them and then try to rank them. So lastly, our challenge coin is the lovely Whiskey Mountains. Adriana, got to hang with her this weekend too. It's her birthday today. By the way, cheers. I know she's probably doing Vegas things. I think they said they were going to do what did they say they were doing tonight? I don't remember what they're doing tonight. But she might watch the replay. So cheers to Adriana, Whiskey Mountains. Love you. You're amazing. It's so great hanging with this weekend. So I'll cheers you with what's this one called? Hawk. Hot on the nose, but some notes that I really like. Going back to that spice element there. A bit different though. It's less of a wood spice. This one's like I don't want to say it's like a rye spice because like I know there's no rye in here, but there's like a. It's also giving Elijah Craig Barrel Proof on the nose. Now let's see if this one also surprised me on the palate. Let's see how it tastes. Cheers. Ooh, also hot. This one is the only one that the palate and the nose match. It's spicy on the palate. It's hot. Got some sweeter notes though. It is a little rye. I feel like I definitely didn't like pull a one over on myself and this be the wrong one, but yeah, this is spicy, kind of like an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Interesting. Give me a second sip of that one. That is good on the palate. I already kind of have some feelings about some of these. I don't want to share them yet, but I have no idea which one's which, by the way. I have no clue what A120 tasted like. I don't even know what C922 tastes like because I've never had it. So this will be a really fun reveal when we get to it in about, like I said, 25 minutes. Steven for another super chat saying Larceny Barrel Proof picks would be fun. I don't see that being too far off. I feel like with them doing Elijah Craig picks, then Elijah Craig Barrel Proof picks, and then doing Larceny picks, that it only makes sense to do Larceny Barrel Proof picks. We'll see though, but that would be really interesting to see. I mean, that would be a really good place to compete with like Weller 107 picks. I mean, I know foolproof picks as well, but those are hard to find. But that's it. I mean, Heaven Hill, maybe you're watching this. You might want to get on those Larceny picks. I'm sure they probably have it already thought about. But yeah. Cohen says C for the win. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Get it? Bourbon noob Patrick. Good to see. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I saw Patrick too. Patrick and Heather. Oh my gosh, it was so great meeting them in person. It was kind of weird though because I feel like I know them so well. Same with Fred. I'm like I met them for the first time, but did I really meet them for the first time? I mean, we hang out all the time, so it's great seeing you, Patrick. He's in the middle of a cross country move / camping trip. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully that was it Skylink, Starlink, whatever you're connected with. Hopefully it's working well and you're able to watch this stream. But good to see you and great to see you and Heather in Vegas. Hope to do it again sometime soon. I know Brandon's hung out with you before. All right. So we've tasted through all four expressions. Like I said, if you're joining in a bit later, I'm doing all of the 2022 batches of Larceny Barrel Proof, plus a little surprise wild card of A120, the very first Larceny Barrel Proof batch that reached nationally. So we're tasting back through these again, and we're gonna start ranking them. I'm so excited. All right, let's start with let's start with Spitfire again. Let's go back to Spitfire. On the nose, that's great. I think that's what I said the first time, right? This was desserty. Oh no, actually no. This was opened up a bit because I remember now this Spitfire on the nose was very dry, graham cracker kind of cinnamon, but on the nose it's definitely opened up, and they've all had equal times now, so they're all getting an equal fair shot here. By the way, people have asked me in the past, like, oh, well, maybe you prefer the ones that have been open a bit longer, or maybe you don't prefer the one that's been open a bit long. These are all in the same size sample bottles. So I don't know if you can see. So this is the new one, C922. And then I'll just show you one of the other random ones, B522. They are all about the same level. They've been sealed since first trying them. So that doesn't really apply here. It's not like it's bottom of the bottle that's been opened and closed, 15 times. These have not been, they've drank maybe once, twice, maybe three times since getting them. So there's really not much air that's kind of done anything with these. So just future note for people that are seeing this, like, oh well, he prefers the ones that have been open longer. That's not the case here. These are all in mini bottles, so should theoretically not age in the glass or change at all. So just want y'all to know. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. Rare character for Tuna comes out. I have not heard anything about that. Oh, it's Steelbox. Okay. Yeah, I haven't really kept up with Steelbox. I'm trying to cut down my spending. James Taylor is here. James, good to see you. Glad if you are glad you're able to join us. Cheers to you. James Taylor is a Bite Club member here on YouTube, a patron, and also a patron of Dungeons and Drams. By the way, if you guys didn't know, I do a D&D campaign along with some of your favorite whiskey tubers, Jason C. from the Mash and Drum, Ed from the Rock Gut Review, Bill from the Whiskey Dick, Molly from Hugging the Cactus, and we have a very special guest that joined us last week, Adriana from Whiskey Mountains. She has now joined our campaign. We'll see how long she'll stick around. We'll see how long she lives, most of all. She'll probably outlive all of us, let's be real. But if you didn't know, Dungeons and Drams, there should be a link down in the description below to that. If not, you can check it out. Just search Dungeons and Drams on YouTube. But so much great fun hanging with them. And James, thank you for supporting both channels. Oh, my bad, my bad. You don't move until Saturday. Okay, I got you. Well, best of luck for the move. uh, who is Bourbon? That's Patrick. Yeah, Patrick Starkey. Okay. Northwest Bourbon here is here. Cheers to you, man. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Tony's reporting in to C921. All right. C921's got some funk I can't place. Maybe grape. Oh, it's in the last for sure. I already know I love B522 because I've drank a lot of it already. All right, Tony. Thank you for the update. Yeah, C921. I don't recall what I thought of. Again, it's so funny. People always ask me, like, what do you think about this release of whiskey? And I'm like, oh, I haven't tried it. And they're like, you literally reviewed it in September of 2020. I'm like, that was literally September 2020. I have no recollection of that night. So often when people ask me what I thought of a whiskey, I'll go back and watch my own videos. Is that conceited? A little bit, but I don't click my ads. Don't worry. I do hit the thumbs up though sometimes, so a little guilty there. By the way, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, don't make me have to do it on this stream. But yeah, I don't really recall what I thought of that. J2 said my youngest is at the Fragadelphia CS:GO tournament. Wow. Okay. Let's raise a glass to him and his team. Top prize is 40K. I hope that's $40,000 and not like 40K points in the game or whatever. But cheers to you, James. And also, we'll double cheers here. James is here and Don Nishida. Good to see you, Don and James, or James's son. James, what's his name? Well, cheers to him. Although he might be a little young to cheers whiskey too, but cheers in his honor. Cheers, Don and James's son. You hit that thumbs up. Appreciate that. Ooh, Spitfire is good. Spitfire is the one that, to me, on the nose was not that enjoyable. but on the palate, it really opens up. That's a really great one. Cheers, James. Yes, thank you so much for the super chat. All right. Kelsey's here as well. Oh man, the cruise ship. Someone must have just finished their live stream. Let me guess. Was it the likes? I love Julie and Dan, but they sometimes go a little overtime. But good to see you, Kelsey. I think actually a few other channels. Was Drums and Drams live tonight? I forget, but I know there's overlap. It's cool. I love them all. Don't worry. Adriana will outlive you all. Dwarves live forever. Well, she's a gnome in D&D, so they probably live a long time. I'm a half elf, we live a decent length of time. All right, working my way back through these, and I'm gonna rank them. So we're on Banshee now. Banshee, remember, was the one that I loved. The nose and the palate was pretty good. Having sat there, that one's opened up a lot. Starting to figure out my rankings here. Hold on. Gonna rank them, and I'll reveal. Don't worry, I'll tell y'all what I ranking them as. But okay. So let's move on to Jonesy. This was the one that I said on the nose smelled spicy, and then on the palate I said it kind of fell a little flat. Let's see if that's I'm gonna do a palate rinse here because maybe it's just comparatively. All right, let's give Jonesy a nose. Now on the nose, now that they've all had a moment to open up, Jonesy's a little flat on the nose too. Let's see if it's opened up on the palate at least a little bit. Mm-mm. That's so weird because it tastes like it's almost been watered down a little bit. It may just be so like smooth that it tastes that way, but that's weird. I don't particularly like it. It's fine. It just doesn't drink like a 120 plus proof whiskey. If you want something smooth, that might be your gal or guy. Jonesy's a guy. I know that, but whew, odd. That's weird. Okay, let's move on to Hawk. My only suspicion is that there's a chance that that's A120, and that's the one that's been opened the longest, even though it isn't. I moved it to one of these bottles when it got low, but it did sit in the bottle for a while, and this was 2 years ago, even more so because this is the A batch. Maybe that one actually did like lose some of the proof over time. So that's my prediction that Jonesy is A120. If so, it may have just started to lower in proof just based on being open so long. But I don't know the science behind that. I just know like if you have a low amount in the bottle and every time you open it, some of the ethanol is coming off of it. But don't quote me on that. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a whiskey drinker. All right, let's go to Hawk. Let's give it a nose. Yeah, we're back in really good territory. This is my jam. Speaking of jam, this is like a PB&J sandwich. That's a great nose. It again. This is the one I said kind of reminded me of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof too. It's a little spicy, but in all the good ways. It's something I normally associate with like rye spice, but it can't be. So I don't really understand what's happening. But cheers. That's really good. That's at least top three so far. It's very oaky and dry on the finish. This one tastes older than all the other ones. Weirdly enough, I know they're all around the same age, but we don't actually know the exact age of any of these. But Hawk tastes older, and I like that a lot. So now we have about 20 minutes of the stream left, about 14 minutes till the giveaway. I'm gonna rank these, and then once I rank them, we're gonna reveal what is what. All right, ranking wise, I think I'm gonna put Jonesy in last. I think that seeming so low proof is what's making me not love that one, and I'm really curious to see if it's the A120 or if it's one of these new ones. If it's one of the new ones, there's no excuse for it to seem low proof. None of these have been watered down. None of these have been open for long enough for that to happen. I don't understand what's happening. I'm getting caught up in the chat. Don't worry, I didn't miss any super chat. I got it. Brandon says, "Can you tell us the proofs of all three bottles?" Yeah, I did at the top of the stream, but I'll do it again. So A120 was 132.2. I already closed that one. A120, the very first Larceny Barrel Proof, was 123.2. Did I say 132? 123.2 was the first batch. So we're working up from there. So 123.2 for A120, 124.4 for A122, 123.8 for B522, and then 126.6 for C922. So in order of lowest proof to highest proof, it goes A120, B522, A122, and C922. So hopefully that helps. Alexander's in. Oh man, y'all really want this. I can tell. I can tell. So, cheers. Thank you so much for the super chat. Banshee is good in GTA, but Infernus and Infernal is king. Oh, so Alexander, I was actually saying earlier, I played Fortnite when it first came out, and I just realized I sucked at it, so I have not played it since. So yeah, I'm going with just the original characters here because that's really all I remember. I had it at the very beginning. I think it was in beta when I had it. But yeah, I'm not the best Fortnite player. I blame having one arm. I love video games, but I never claimed to be good at them. So that's my excuse. That's a smooth guy, gal, they, them. You know, whatever you identify as, you're looking smooth today. Or you're tasting smooth. No, I don't want to say tasting smooth. You know what? Taste who you like who you like. Channeling Sugar Kitty here. I know Sugar Kitty is taking a nap, so he's missing the stream tonight. But you're here in spirit, Sugar Kitty. All right. I grew up in the '90s, so I'm partial to. Gotcha. I'm from '93, so I didn't grow up in the '90s. I was just born in the '90s. All right. So ranking. I'm thinking that Jonesy's last. Let's just taste them again. It's not a bad. I mean, it's not a bad whiskey. It just tastes a little dry, mellow, which I don't look for that in a Larceny Barrel Proof. Again, not a bad taste. It is actually tastes pretty old too. It's reminiscent of Hawk. Hawk has tasted old too. This one is just missing the punch that I want from a Larceny Barrel Proof. So it is smooth. I'll give it that. But for this flight, I mean, it's all looking up from here. So that's what I'm thinking so far. Looking tasty, my friend. I take that as a compliment. You're tasting smooth today. Oh well, thank you, Swan. Also, hi, Swan. Good to see you. Hopefully, see you on the hangout. It's been a minute. All right. Next up, I think is third place. I think it's Spitfire. So this is the first one I tried. Graham cracker on the nose. Salty a little bit. Let's taste it again. Spicy. Not in like a rice spice, but like a almost like a pepper spice even. But it's very like, man, that's good. That's really good. That's a step up from Jonesy. That's all I'll say. Spitfire is a pretty big leap from Jonesy. Let's go to what I think might be my second place, which is Hawk. Spicy, but also like baking spicy. Good proof, lingering palate, long finish. Hawk is a good one too. By the way, I've seen some new people joining today. Cheers to you, Wayne, and everyone else that's just popped in. Doing a giveaway tonight of all the Larceny Barrel Proofs from 2022, as well as A120. Every $5 super chat is an entry to get a chance to win. I'm doing the flight now, about to reveal which one is next. So, sorry. There's a package at my door. Just want to make sure what it is. It's Amazon. I think it's Amazon. Y'all want some ASMR? Anyways, um, sorry, they're like standing at my door talking on the phone, so it feels a little weird. I don't want to be too loud. Anyways, and they're gone. Okay, that was weird. So like my desk is right beside our front door, and so I could hear them like dropping off the package like on their phone at my door. So, anyways, Brandon. Okay, sorry, distraction. Anyways, giving away all samples of all these whiskeys tonight, ranking them from least favorite to favorite. And we're gonna find out what's the best Larceny Barrel Proof of 2022. I'm very, very excited to find that out. But yeah, good to see you, Wayne, and James is heading out. But early day. Cheers to you, James. Yeah, I'll definitely. I got your entry, so I'll hit you up if you win. Danny's Candies. It's been a minute. Hello, good to see you again. Finally able to make the live stream. Rooting for A122. Is this the only one I've had at this moment? Yeah, that's the reason I didn't do a poll. So sometimes, like when like I like to do polls at the beginning of the stream and see like, oh, what is everyone's favorite? But I figured no one's had C922. No, very few people have had B522. So it's really hard to say what's your favorite. Everyone's going to vote for their one that they've had, and I think that's part of the problem when people do. They're like, oh, let's have our patrons vote for the best whiskey of the year because most people haven't had the B tax or these like super rare things. So it's definitely interesting, but I didn't want to do a poll, so I'm doing it totally just my own opinion. Stacy H is in the chat. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to you, Stacy. Hope you're doing well. Y'all gotta make sure to subscribe to Stacy H. Four Leaf Whiskey. Tony really wants these. One more entry. B522 slapped my competitors. I have to admit, I mixed it with lemonade once and it was freaking amazing. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I do like mixing high proof whiskey in cocktails. Like I usually use it like for like a uh, sometimes an old fashioned, like a Manhattan with a high proof whiskey, like a high proof rye whiskey. It actually I really like that. So I don't blame you there at all. Yeah, sorry for the ASMR. Sorry. It was just kind of awkward because he was like right there and he was like, yeah, like I didn't do well in school. I'm like, this is like a really personal. Is he like on a date? Like is he calling his girlfriend? I don't know what's going on, but anyways, having a pour of Killoan rum cask Irish whiskey sounds delicious. Cheers to you. All right, so I think I got my rating. Let me try Banshee one last time, which I think is my number one. That tastes like a really good Heaven Hill product. Y'all know I love me some Heaven Hill whiskey, whether it be Legendary Barrel Proof, Larceny. I just love a good Heaven Hill. Banshee and Hawk are really close. I thought I was determined on my ranking. By the way, 5 more minutes for the giveaway. If y'all want to get in on samples of all these, I just want to cut it off. This is enough time to do the reveal and the wheel of whiskey, which I'm looking forward to spinning tonight. I gave it a little bit of a makeover, so if y'all see a made over wheel of whiskey, make sure to let me know if you like it. So we're going back to Hawk because Banshee and Hawk are really close. This is so hard. Y'all don't want to know why? I was trying to think what's the best way I can explain this to you guys. My favorite notes on a whiskey are either a really nice, like oaky, like just like like a like Love Knob Creek, right? It has like a ton of oak, like very saturated oak, as I often say. But I also really like a kind of like walking to a bake shop desserty kind of nose or a taste. These two were giving me each one of those notes. So maybe this is for reference for those of you that either get the flight or you're watching the replay to find out your favorite batch. Banshee is definitely in that dessert direction. It's sweet. It's on the nose, or it was a little sweeter on the nose than on the palate. I'll say that. On the nose, this is straight up dessert. It's still sweet on the palate. That one opened up the best. Of all these that have been open, like I said, for the past hour, Banshee opened the best. That's what makes it difficult because I thought Hawk was the winner earlier. Because I love oak so much. That is so tough. I'm gonna feel really bad about this because again, I know it doesn't matter. I know like these are PR samples, but I love these first two so much. Let me just double check. Let me try to Spitfire just real quick. God damn. This is way harder than I thought. These are always hard. These streams where I'm comparing 3 or 4 different batches of the same whiskey because it's all the same distillate, it's all the same age, it's just different batches. So, man, to be a master blender or a master distiller, picking your favorites, that's just Can't imagine. That's so good too. Fuck. I'm so conflicted here. I know I'm being quiet. I'm sorry. I wish I had some background music right now. I'm really trying to think hard about this because this is a very difficult choice. I think I may have just had an upset here. I may have made a change that is pretty impactful. Sorry. I'll get you a super chat, Adam, in just a second. I'm sorry if I'm quiet. It's just like the final moments where I'm just trying to put this order together. I'm making some swaps. I'm making some switches. Y'all don't know what's coming. I've got it figured out. My order is locked. By the way, 2 more minutes to the giveaway. Adam, you're coming in under the wire. I stopped chasing requesting Larceny Barrel Proof after the 2020s were only mediocre for me. Good to hear the 22s are more interesting. Yeah. Adam, I was talking a little bit earlier. I think the general consensus is they all sucked. Not I don't want to say suck, that's a strong word. They all they fell flat for 2020. 2021 had some hits, but so far, I'm hoping these are all the 2022 ones in the top. If so, the 2022 is the best year for Larceny Barrel Proof. We don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But we have our order. It is locked in. Y'all ready for some results? I'm ready for some results because I'm really excited to see what's what. Yeah, Brandon is leaving me for Kentucky. I know, and I'm very frustrated. I'm just kidding. I'm not frustrated. Let me go ahead and get the. Y'all have like 1 more minute in case anyone wants to get in the giveaway. I'm gonna start putting together our wheel. Um, but there's still like a minute. I just want to make sure everyone who has already entered so far has been accounted for because I like being fair. I'm so excited to get to the reveal. Are you guys excited? I can't wait to find out which one's my favorite. Any final guesses? Not that you win anything for guessing the right one, but any final guesses for what's what? Which one's the winner? Y'all let me know. All right. Wheel of Whiskey has been set up. We are at 7:55, so we are cutting off entries to the wheel right now. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so if there's like one that comes in, like I'll figure it out. Don't worry. I did go to Vegas without you. I did invite you to Vegas though, Brandon. I did. I promised. All right. So the predictions: Tony's saying B522, Brandon's saying C922. Uh, Zopher's ready for the wheel. He's ready for the wheel of whiskey. Took a minute to come in. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready to spin this wheel? We'll spin the wheel and then we'll get to the reveal of what these are what my ranking is. So stick around, don't leave because you want to see the reveal. All right. By the way, just want to say thank you to everyone that donated for super chats tonight. It really does help out the channel so much. I just do the wheel of whiskey just for fun to thank those who have helped me. Most importantly, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button and hit the thumbs up button. Brandon or Donnie just dropped my Patreon link there if y'all want to support the show even further. But again, I just want to say thank you to everyone so far that has supported the show, whether it's super chat or Patreon. So let's go ahead and get that wheel of whiskey pulled up. Let me shuffle it so y'all don't get spoiled there. Okay, here we go. Pull up the wheel of whiskey, and then we'll get to our reveal of our favorite Larceny Barrel Proof of 2022. Takes me a minute. Technology. All right. Before we get there, Donnie says, smash that thumbs up, subscribe, ring that bell, and don't forget to choose all so you don't miss a thing. Thank you, Donnie. All right. Y'all ready for the wheel of whiskey? We got it here. We got everyone entered. Don't worry. I double checked to make sure everyone was accounted for. I'm even double checking right now just to like make sure our numbers add up. They do indeed. So, y'all ready for the wheel of whiskey. Let's see who gets the Larceny Barrel Proof 2022 sample. Here we go. A very, very close call, but the winner here tonight, our good friend Tony Bag of Donuts. Tony, thank you so much for your super chats, and thank you so much for entering and sharing your notes from the ones that you're drinking tonight. You're about to try four more Larceny Barrel Proofs. Congratulations, Tony. I know you were so close. You're so close, Stanley. I saw that. I'm like, ah. But hey, Tony, thank you so much, and thank you everyone who entered. Now, don't leave. Like I said, we're about to get the reveal. So y'all want to know my ranking? In last place, the one that felt the most mellow, that felt a little watered down, which makes me really curious, was Jonesy. Jonesy. Let's find out what Jonesy was. All right, here we go. Jonesy, my last place was, as predicted, A120. So the, we did say that the 2020 batches were a letdown, right? We said that earlier. I don't know if this is because this has been open for 2 years. Like I said, I did move it to this bottle, and this was mostly full. So I don't think too much air got to it. It just was a complete letdown compared to the rest, which is in line with what people have been saying about the 2020 batches. Do you think that's like, this is last place, Brandon, by the way. um, do y'all think it's true that the 2020 batches were just that much worse? I will say this was far and below everything else. My first, second, and third place were so close. I even swapped them back and forth like several times before I figured out which one was which. So this one was the only one that was like, you're sorry, baby, but you're late. You're last. So that was my last place. My third place was, again, did some swapping here. These top three were really, really close. Third place was Banshee. Let's find out which one Banshee was. Banshee, wow, okay. Banshee was A122, the one that most of you guys have tried, right? It was really good. The top three were really, really good. I would buy all of them. If I saw them on the shelf, I would buy one of each. Or more, depending on which ones are available. That one was really good. That was the one to me that was sweet on the nose, spicy on the palate. No. Sorry. That one was the one that was sweet on the nose and eventually became sweet on the palate. I don't think it was definitely better than Jones. It was more flavorful. It just lacked a little bit more of the kick that I got on the other ones, the oaky, well-aged kick. It lacked a little bit of that, but overall, I mean, what a fantastic whiskey. All right, for I guess we should. It doesn't really matter which one we go next because there's only two more left. But I'll go second place. Let's build up the excitement, even though we already know what's in it. Second place was Hawk. This was the one that was an oak bomb. It was very oaky. It was very good oak spices. Maybe a little bit too much. It almost read like an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, which again is a great whiskey. Just was a little oaky for what I expected for a Larceny Barrel Proof. So my second place, a very, very extremely close second place, was C922. Now this was the hottest one, the highest proof. Might explain some of that spice. It definitely was an oak bomb for sure. I got that from first whiff of it. But it's still, if you love Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, this is still going to be really up your alley. It's such a fantastic, spicy oak spice. I just want to say spicy with this one. For a wheat whiskey, it's hard to, or wheated whiskey, it's hard to say, but spicy is the best way to describe this. Which means our number one Larceny Barrel Proof of 2022 goes to Spitfire, which was our B522. I saw quite a few of those predictions in the chat, and I'll tell you all the reason. Spitfire combined the spiciness that I loved about Hawk and the sweet dessert quality that I loved about Banshee. It was like the best of both worlds. It just was, to me, it was the perfect expression of all three of these top ones blended together. That's why I think B, which is kind of funny because you think A batch, A batch is the sweet one, C batch is the spicy one, B batch is right in the middle. I don't know. maybe that's how it is. And to be fair, isn't it traditionally that the spicy ones are the C batch? Like with at least with Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, usually the C batches are the spiciest ones. I feel like that's really interesting. Maybe there's a pattern here. Maybe if you like spicy, go for the C batches. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Donner Pass Whiskey, happy birthday! I'm sorry, I just caught your chat. It's Donner Pass Whiskey's birthday as well as Adriana's birthday. Y'all all cheers. Y'all all cheers. Give them a big old cheers. Brandon says, I see all these batches regularly for around MSRP. That is great to know, Brandon. I will let you know. Besides the three I have now, the A120 is the only other I've had. Yeah. Cohen says, give me that oak. Steven called it. Tony says, yeah, baby. Ah, man, nice. I picked that one up at Heaven Hill back in May. It's in a box somewhere unopened. Maybe that'll be the first pour in New Mexico. Well, it'll be a wonderful first pour. I see a run on B522. Hey, grab it. B522 is the winner here, but it's a close call. If you see any of the 2022 batches, grab them. Trust me. If you see them near retail price, they will be absolutely worth your money. Even if you're not typically a weeded bourbon fan, some of these drink like an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof and at a little bit lower price too. So that's good to know. Brandon says mix the A and C batches. Well, good for you. Hopefully you can join the after party hangout. I will do that. That would be really fun. I'll compare that to the Beast. So, like I said, after party hangout for everyone on Patreon, $10 and up. Also, like I said, come back next week. I am doing the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof flight where I'm including the brand new C922. It'll also be your chance to win this. You will be one of the first people to try Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A122, B522, and C922. Plus, I might throw in a little special pour there too for the next round. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell button, and hit the thumbs up button on your way out. But most of all, thank y'all so much for watching. New podcast comes out tomorrow with the new Barrel Vantage, I think it's called. I could be wrong. But cheers, y'all. Thank you so much. Tune in next week. Like I said, I'm continuing the Blinded by the Flights series all of September. So should be a lot of fun. Tony, message me. I don't have your contact info, but message me and I'll get those out your way soon. All right. Cheers all. Patrons, I will see you in the after party right after this. Or after party. What am I saying? The barrel proofs are hitting me hard. All right. Cheers all. Bye.